Yeah. All right.
Hello, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Let's go.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Solomon.
Okay. Good evening, Amaka. Good evening, everyone.
We can't see you.
Good evening.
Okay.
Can you see me now?
No, Solomon, we can't see you yet. Okay.
How about now?
Oh, we can see you.
All right. So, although I think we have a few people who have joined us already, I can see someone is trying to, there are a few people waiting to join, So welcome to this session this evening, everyone. And first of all, I want to thank NiSIG for giving us this opportunity to talk to scholars about the opportunity of studying in Germany. And my name is Solomon Echo. I'm the CEO of Kampus Konnekt49. With me, I have my colleague here, Ubong Ikafia. Ubong, please kindly introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Ubong Ikafia. I am co-founder and CCO of Kampus Konnekt49, Germany. There is a chat that we have to wait for like 5 minutes for others to join.
Oh, we have to wait for 5 minutes. Okay.
For others to join, so we
No
can.
problem. I was thinking we could just go straight ahead into the program since I learned we have limited time,
I don't know how much time we have.
We have 1 hour.
1 hour, okay. All right.
So nice to meet everyone. Yeah. So I can't see your faces. I can see Oluwaseun Newton.
You can see
Nice
their
to
names.
meet you. I can see Ari Yibi, Sekinat Ayomide. Nice to meet you. I can see Otsi Fado. Nice to meet you. I can see Ok. Nice to meet you. I can see Jay. Nice to meet you. Peter, Hamid, Bello. Nice to meet you. Rosemary Akinlagun. Nice to meet you. And the two NiSIG representatives, nice to meet you, although I think one of the persons should be Amaka, the honorable president of NiSIG. But the other person, please kindly let us know you.
Tosin that is trying to shame like this. Tosin is his friend.
Okay, I guess the other person should be our honorable secretary, Tosin.
Yeah.
I remain anonymous.
Nice to have you, my Ogatosin, like the way I used to call you. Please don't be anonymous, so let's see your face too.
As I said, I remain anonymous for now. I don't know who's joining yet.
Oh, for now, okay.
No, I mean, just wait some minutes for people to join, which is usual.
All right, that's fine.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So, I guess the audio is good enough, right?
Yeah, obviously.
So, Mr. Tosin, kindly let us know once you want us to start, when you want us to start. Yeah.
Oh no, please, whenever you can. I mean, that is just to let people settle in a bit. We have about 18 people already, so kindly go ahead, please. I've made both of you a co-host, so which means you can share your screen in case you want to. Over.
No, it will be mostly interactive.
Right.
We wouldn't be sharing our screen for today, so we just want to get to meet our participants, understand their needs, see how we can touch points, on certain things, and give general info. It's mostly going to be interactive. Then subsequently, if there's a need to share screen to go a bit more specific, then we'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we could start by 6:10. All right, so I think we can get started now. Once again, good evening, honorable scholars. Good evening, NiSIG members, those of us that are present here. It's a great privilege to be amongst you this evening. My name is Solomon Eko, and I'm the CEO of Kampus Konnekt49. And with me, I have my colleague Ubong Ikafia here. So basically, Kampus Konnekt49 is an agency that supports international students with focus on Africa to study successfully in Germany. We do that with support from various partners across Europe. At the moment, we have partners in Germany, in Czech Republic, Spain, and other parts of the EU. And we've been doing this for quite some time now, and we focus on helping our candidates run applications, support with accommodation, give info when it comes to scholarship and all the likes, as well as internships. Those who perhaps want to do internship in any EU country, or perhaps even outside of the EU or Europe. We also work with partners for all of these purposes. And yes, lest I forget, we also work with partners to give trainings on German language. So that's who we are and what we do in summary. I'll give this time to my colleague to quickly introduce himself before we go into further details. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Solomon. Like I said earlier, my name is Ubong Ikafia. I am co-founder and CEO of Kampus Konnekt49. Like my colleague said, we help students to study in Germany, and not just students alone, also young professionals who want to settle down in Germany, to live and to work in Germany. We are not just doing this alone. We also have a wide range of partners and that could help if you need internship, if you need accommodation in Germany, if you want to become a nurse, that we call Ausbildung in Germany. You want to take a training to become a nurse, you want to study the language, and so on and so forth. So our focus is Africa for now, though we have clients from and people who are interested from all over the world who wants to come and study in Germany. We also have associates in Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Kenya, and the rest of African countries, also here in Europe. People are like our representative and our contact person in the country where you are. So basically we offer these services to whosoever might need the service. And I guess today we are talking to a specified group of individuals, the Nigerian scholars in Ukraine. I guess you guys are already here in Germany. I know that maybe a few are still in Ukraine. I invited one. So yeah, we are here for you.
All right, thanks a lot, Ubong. So basically, we want to try as much as we can to make this session interactive, because we want to know you better. We want to know the needs, so we know how we can meet those needs and, of course, serve you, because that's the main reason why we are having this session. So for that, we would want to say that we are aware that most of the participants here are, are scholars from Ukraine that is playing the war currently in Ukraine. So based on this info, we know that we would want to see how we can work with you to find study opportunities here in Germany, and what are the chances for you if that were to happen. So on our part, we have certain understanding with partners at the moment, based on the information that we know is currently ongoing, that there's a special status for not just students from Ukraine, but of course, with students, for students from Ukraine, they have a special status that they can take advantage of. But yesterday there was an announcement from the EU that students from Ukraine that have no permanent residency may have to go back home. That was a very disturbing news anyway, but nonetheless, we have a partner we work with. We've been communicating, and because of this current situation, we've been trying to see what can we do to mitigate some of these challenges. There's hope, the end of the tunnel, sort of, because there's a current student from Ukraine that we're trying to work with, and based on the information at the moment we have, a partner that's working with some students already affected from Ukraine, not necessarily African students, but he is already working with some students also affected from Ukraine. So now that we have peculiar situation like this, we were told that there's a special status. That status, we've not gotten so much information about it, but nonetheless, we would want to understand where you are at the moment in terms of your study, what level, what program, is it bachelor's, is it master's, what's the university in Ukraine, what's the relationship of that university with some German universities, what's your transcript looking like. So these are some factors that we discussed about with our partner, and once we look at all of this, we'll then see if there's a possibility to register you for a program, and then you can then go to the immigration office and see what can happen with your possibility of staying here back for studies. But it would depend on some of these factors that I've mentioned, earlier. So, and that's the reason why I said this session is going to be more interactive. So we are not just going to be talking to you. We need to know what's your peculiar situation like. So it gives us a level ground to be able to relate better and find possible solutions. So I don't know if there's a possibility for questions to be written in the chat session. I don't know how it's going to look like, but I think we would want to have it more interactive, so we go down to possible solutions.
There is a possibility for you to write your questions in the chat, and then we can answer them as we go. To add to what my colleague said, aside from our partner or what our partners are doing to help, there are universities that are offering opportunities for students who studied in Ukraine. And I guess those are, that's already for those who are in Germany. So basically how we help is we send applications to school on your behalf, and we talk to school if need be. So we serving as a bridge between you and the school that you want to study, because it's I'm sure it's not the same and the same structure we have here in Germany that we have in Ukraine. And the same thing is also applicable for someone who is coming from Africa, from our continent, Africa. There are basic requirements you need to get admitted to a German university, be it for a bachelor or for a master's or for a PhD. So, and the processes are not sometimes not clear to intending students. So this is where we come in to help you clarify the process, put you through the process, and ensure that you are in Germany to study. So for you already in Germany, it could be easier at some point. So we'll just look out for these universities that are creating offers for you, and then we bring them to you if you want to study in Germany, if you want to continue your studies in Germany. But about your stay in Germany, we don't know about. That's what the government have to decide, not us. But we are here just to help you get a university, get a study program, get a language program, and of course get internship if that's what you want. Our internship program is not just here in Germany, it's also all around Europe. So if you need such opportunity, yeah, we could help you. I think we have questions coming up.
Okay. Yes, the first question is from Fresh. Says, good evening, I'm in Berlin and I came in before they started controlling and taking fingerprints. So I'm not registered in any way in Germany. So I want to know the chances of getting language course and work. All right. That's a very tricky situation, most especially with the announcements yesterday. Getting a language school is a good idea, but nonetheless, that can guarantee you a residency, because by legal means, if you want to get a language school, you are not supposed to. If you get into a language school, you can't even work legally. You can't work, until you have a student status, because being a language school student doesn't give you the legal requirements to work, except if you are a student, So, like I said, the best alternative would definitely look at the ways of studying. What are the options for you to study? Because that's the only way you can consider your legal status as a resident of Germany. But now, as it stands, if you have the 90 days stamp that most people have, since you said you are in Berlin, I don't know if you have the 90 days stamp. If you have that and you want to get into a language school with it, yeah, you can do that, but the long term is not guaranteed, because usually you would, if you are going for a language school that will last for, say, A1 to B1, I think minimum you get that is 6 months, depending if it's an intensive language program or not. And at the end of the language program, what becomes your status, because you can't use your language program to register for your residency, because that's not it's not what would be able to give you a status here, but now that you have an opportunity to study, we can work things out based on what you have now as your current, if you are doing a master's program, where are you at the moment? Are you writing your thesis? Like some people who've been speaking with, some of them are writing their thesis. Are you currently doing your bachelor's? At what level are you? What's the university? So once we look at all of this, we can then decide or look at the possible way forward. But if you want to take the language school option, we can't guarantee you that you get a job legally with that. Of course, you can get a job, but is it going to be legal? No, I can't tell you specifically that you can get a legal job, with a language school. In fact, it's not even allowed, So that's the question, the answer to the question. Then the second one,
Okay.
I don't know if you want to take that, Ubong.
Maybe I can take that. But before that, I want to add to what you said. For the person who said he wanted to take a language program, that's a good opportunity for you. Like my colleague said, it's not allowed for you to work during your language school, but if you have a break during your language program, you could work during those break period, which is not a long time, maybe 1 week or so. Having said that, I'll move to the next question, I think from Ariye B. Your first question, I don't really understand it. If you mean, if what we are saying apply to those who already went back to their country, for that case, I have no idea what is going to happen. We are only talking about those who are here in Germany already. Because if you've gone back to your country and then you want to come to Germany, you start the process, like you do it like as a fresh student who is coming to Germany. So what it means that you get your admission, you get your block account or your sponsorship letter or a scholarship, and then you get your visa appointment. You go for your visa appointment before you can fly into Germany. That's what I can say to your first question. To the second one, you ask if you or anyone needs to study the language before doing a study program. It's two ways. It's either yes or no. One, I would say no. You don't need to study the language before you start your before you start your studies. That's if your studies is in English. But if your studies in German, then you need to study German. Or if your studies is both English and German, you have to study German. You have to show B1 level of German before you start, and then before you complete, you show B2 level. And to add to that, most bachelor programs, I think 80% of bachelor programs in Germany is taught in German. Then just the other 20% would be in English. For masters, the reverse is the case. So percent is in English or both, and then 20% is in German, and then PhD, most PhD positions are in English. So you don't really need to study German before starting the program. I know a lot of students who are doing their English program, a lot of foreigners who can speak German and are doing fine. You only need to study German to be able to settle in the city, because when you go out to shop, for some cities, they don't speak English, they speak German. It's only some fair cities that could manage to speak German for you. I mean, to speak English for you when they see that you're a foreigner. For others, don't. So you don't need a language program to study in Germany. Solomon, you want to take the next or?
The next one is from Peter, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So Peter, hello, good evening. I'm in Hanover. Will it be good to apply for a visa if the school I apply for grants my request so that I can stay here legally? It's possible to stay here and apply for a visa without traveling back to my country. Well, Peter, first of all, are you? It depends on because you are not specific. I don't know if you are from Nigeria, but let's assume you are from Nigeria. And you're already in Hanover. Are you registered in in Hanover on the current 90 days given to most people? If that's yes, then it means that you cannot just go and apply to the Foreign Office for a visa, because but based on the announcements yesterday, everyone who is in Germany, or rather, in any EU country, and you don't have an Ukrainian residence permit, you may have to go back to your country based on the latest announcements. So it will be difficult for you to say you want to just go to the Foreign Office to apply for an extension, because on what basis? There has to be a basis, and that's why we kept saying from the beginning that the best option would be study. How do you go through the study up to the study process, which we mentioned from the beginning, that after speaking with our partner, they made mention of a special status of up to possibly 3 years, for those who are currently affected by the war, not just Ukrainians, but also others involved, including Africans. But we need to get specific understanding from them what that special status is and how it can benefit everyone, even those that have that don't have permanent residency from Ukraine. So we are currently speaking with them, and one of the students currently affected from Ukraine, who is in Nigerian, we are on this matter. So we are trying to use it more or less as a case study to see how it goes. If it goes well, then we would inform everyone widely about it, about this special status that is available. So, but now we can't guarantee anything until we get proper clarity and information from our partner we are working with, about the special status. So if that's gets to apply, then you may not have to to go back to your country, to apply for visa to come back to study. You can then apply for study directly, and your legal status can then be guaranteed. So, but outside of that, we can't, tell you to go back and apply, and then you'll be guaranteed for a visa to come back to study. If you want to go back, you can go back. It's not a problem. But would you be guaranteed visa to get back into Germany? That is outside of our control, because we are not the visa officers. But if it's to go back to apply for study, we can help you with the process. But we can't guarantee if you get the visa to come back into Germany. So I don't know if that answers your question. So, but we can take the next one.
Okay, this one is coming from Jay. He said he crossed from Hungary. and now in Frankfurt, he was studying music in Ukraine, but now he wants how to get a school here in Germany, BSc. For BSc programs in Germany, like I said, most of them are in German. But what we do for our clients to help them look for English taught programs for them, because most of them wants to study in English. In Germany, you need 13 years of secondary school education for you to be able to get into a bachelor program. So the good news for you is that since you've already done a program, you've already started a program in Ukraine, so automatically you have this 13th year. All you need will be your transcript to show this your 13th year. But if it is someone that is coming directly from Nigeria or from other parts of Africa, except for Gabon and Cameroon, you will need to do an additional 1-year program, maybe in your country or here in Germany. Now, if you want to do it in your country, you can take any program, be it a foundation program in a university, or you can start a program in a polytechnic, college of education. It must be in a tertiary institution, at least 1 year. Then you get a transcript, and then from there you can transfer directly to start a bachelor program here in Germany. But if you want to do your 13th year here in Germany, there's what we call Studienkolleg in Germany. It's a preparatory college that you have to do for 1 year, and the college is taught in German, and the courses are specified and directed to the area of specialization. So those in medicine will not be doing the same thing as engineering students, and those in arts won't be doing the same thing like in commercial, some just like that. So the program is done here in Germany, and in a student college. Now, at the end of your 1 year, you take exams called Feststellungsprüfung, and when you pass that exams, you get a qualification to study in a German university. That's not for you. So for you, since you already did the program, so we can actually get you a program, bachelor program here in Germany. So how we do, I'll leave our assessment form in the comment section, so you can fill the assessment form, and then we speak there. You're gonna indicate what you want to study and everything, all the details needed there, and then we'll speak to you one-on-one so we can deliberate more on what you want and what you want to study. I guess I have answered that question.
All right, so the next one is from Peter again. Peter says, also, since we are legal here until 23rd of May, can I apply for a job and use it to apply for a working visa? Well, to be honest, that's a legal question. I would have, on a normal day, said I can't answer it, or I won't answer it. But since I have one or two ideas, I'll try to answer. Normally, you are here on the 90 days, due to the war situation and all of that. So it's not a visa that should or gives you the permit to work. It's not a work permit visa. But however, there are lots of what we call Schwarzarbeit, that you don't even sometimes need a legal status to get. We call them underground work. Sometimes you just need to know one or two persons, or there are a lot of students that also do some of those underground work. So you don't even need necessarily a job permit to do that. So after 23rd, let's assume you get a job, you are fortunate enough to get a job with this status. can you apply for a work visa with it? I don't think so, because any reasonable employer in Germany would want to ask you for your work permits, and if it doesn't apply, I don't think you'll be able to get the job. Yeah, so I think that basically answers the question. So Ubong, you can go to the next.
I think the same person, this person is asking, he said, intend to study nursing in Germany, though he was studying medicine in Ukraine. Intend to change specialty, and can I get it? Do I have to start over? Or can I transfer? I'm in my first year though. That's what he said. You want to study nursing in Germany? Basically, if you want to become a nurse in Germany, do what we call Ausbildung. It's a training program that's for 3 years, and it's like study and training for 3 years. And the good news is that we have a partner who offers this kind of program to you, but the Ausbildung about is done in German. So first of all, you need a German German knowledge, and also the program is packaged that you get your German training for 6 months before you start the program. And the program is here in Berlin. And as a nurse for this program, you will be paid every month. You will be paid every month from the first month you start your training program. I must say, the program from our partner is not free. So I have to tell you that from now. But then, since you're already here, I guess the price will be negotiable with our partner, not with us. Now, the other way of you becoming a nurse is that you can also do a nursing program in school, so you can get a BSc in nursing. And for that, you done it for the nursing program. While I said our partner charges an amount for the nursing program, is that because they're going to get your work contract and your admission letter, and then your, how do I put it? Because it's a difficult part to get when you want to start a nursing program, and together with the language program for 6 months. So that's why it's a paid program. So you wouldn't have to learn language separately. But for the nursing in school, you can also do that. For you to transfer from your program in medicine to year, I'm not sure, because one, like I said, most of the medicine programs is done in German, most of them, if not 90%, maybe 95. So it's going to be difficult for you to find in a medicine program that is taught in English here in Germany, because I mean, when you become a doctor or a nurse, you'll be working with the locals. Probably not going to see me in your hospital. So you have to speak with the people, and the course is also in German. So that's why the program is done in German. So your transfer, I don't know how that will be possible. We can only talk to schools who are giving such offerings, and we see if our students be transferred from their present program to their current program, if they will have to start all over. For the schools that are giving this offer, it's a possibility, a high possibility for you to get admitted into the school, because they also want to stand with Ukraine. That's I can say to that.
All right, thank you, Ubong, for that. I think the next question is from, okay, this person has decided to stay anonymous. So the person says, I have a medical degree and I also have a master's in public administration. I also have a permanent residence for Ukraine. I'm still in Hungary because I was waiting to see what announcements they gave before coming. What is the deadline to get to Germany and what are the options that I have? Well, I think I must say that you are in a very good position for the fact that you, first of all, have a permanent residency from Ukraine, and then you have a medical degree, and you have a master's in public administration. That puts you in a very, 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 very good position. Because based on the announcements yesterday, if you have a permanent residency from Ukraine, then you are not counted among those who need to go back home, because you have a permanent residency. So then in terms of the possibility of you coming to Germany and the deadline, I think right now there's a general deadline, which I think is till May 24th, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? Did you say something, Ubong?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so since you're already in Ukraine, in Hungary rather, and Hungary is an EU country, I don't think you need any Schengen visa to get into Germany, since you're already in an EU's country, EU zone. My advice would be for you to, I don't know what your intentions are, but since you have a master's in public administration already, you have a medical degree, you may decide to want to take up study in Germany, or you may decide to want to, apply for a job that's offers you special privilege because of a certain situation going on, and you're already in an EU country. I think you have registration in Hungary as well. So based on the kind of registration you have in Hungary, you may decide to move to Germany before the deadline, whilst you apply for a study, if you want to study. And if you want to use your degree you have already, based on the information you've given, you can look for suitable jobs within EU countries, maybe not necessarily Germany alone, that fits your profile. And based on this status, you can then move to any EU country that you currently want to move to before the deadline, because now that you have permanent residency from Ukraine, you can, I think, you can still stay. It doesn't apply to you. You just need to look at your options, of how to move forward. Our advice would be, get a study program if you still want to study. We can help you with that at the moment. If you want to get a study program that matches any of these degree you have, either the medical degree or the public administration degree, we can get that for you here in Germany. And if your choice is to get a job, if you've completed all your studies, based on that, you can start applying for a job within the EU zone. And my personal advice would be, when you apply for these jobs, you can also include the fact that you are currently perhaps a refugee of war, a war refugee, and some employers could also consider you because of this special status that you have. So this would be my advice to you in this current situation that you have. I don't know if Ubong perhaps has any other alternative or other advice you want to give regarding this.
No, I'll just go ahead to answer the next question. Before I answer the next question, Ibrahim, you raised your hand. I would say if you want to ask a question, you can write in the chat. I don't know if the admin want to let you ask your question directly. We're not the admin, but if it is a question, you can just write it in the chat and we are addressing all the questions as they come. This is from Aisha, studying medicine in Ukraine, is asking if it is possible to continue, I guess that's, is she? Maybe, I hope I don't mix that. Continue your studies here in Germany with this 3 months stay and able to get a job. What I would say is, in a normal situation, when you have your admission and you want to extend your visa, you go to Ausländer Behörde, that's Foreigners Office, and then they will demand certain amount of money in your account or maybe a work contract. It's called a source of livelihood. So you just need to have a source of livelihood in your account. And with this, you'll be able to get an extension for your visa. That's what happens to normal students. But in your case, we don't know what the government are going to say after your 3 months, but I believe that they're changing things to accommodate every one of you, the government and also the schools. So if schools could make offer for you, and then the school is also asking a question. They're not individuals or private institutions who just want to get money. No, and they're government parastatals. And so if they make an opportunity for you to study with them, so definitely there is a possibility of you extending your stay. And the easiest way to stay here in Germany is always through study. So if you're here and you want to continue your studies, which is what we want you to do, and I guess it was also advised by the legal team. So you should get a study program, and it will increase your chances of staying in Germany. Getting a job, if you have a residence permit, be a student or whatever, you can get a student job in Germany. Student job ranges from professional to non-professional. When I say non-professional, you could be helping in the kitchen, you could be serving, you could be working in the lager. Lager, I mean something like packing things in Amazon. That's what we call lager. Uploading packages and so on and so forth. Or you can work with the veranda to deliver food and all the stuff. And that's a whole student job, and the least you get to pay is €10 per hour. For professional, so you do normal professional job, but you're working as a student, and you're limited to work 20 hours per week during your studies. And like during your study time, I mean during lecture time, and during break time and during exam time, you are allowed to work up to 40 hours per week. Like I said, the minimum is €10 per hour. And for professional students, they can get paid up to 13, 15 euro per hour. So if you're working once in a week or twice in a week, or let's say you just working to take care of yourself for the month, that's very certain. So if you get a school and get a residence permit, you can get a student job. You can get a job. That one is very certain. These are just the requirement because your employer is going to ask you for your enrollment certificate, which you get from school, and then they're going to ask you for your residence permit. Not residence permit, actually a work permit, which comes with the residence permit. So with those two things, you can get a job and student job in Germany. Student job can be, you can also do internships and so on, and there are paid internships as well. Yeah, that's what I can say.
All right. So before I move to the next question, that's from Temitayo. I would want to go back to the other question again from the anonymous person. So I was just thinking, with your medical degree, if you are someone who like to care for people, you could want to move to Germany and consider the nursing program, because that's you get to while you're being trained, just like my colleague mentioned earlier. You paid on the job, so it's like you're being trained and being paid at the same time, which is because not all house building is called house building. It's more or less an internship where you are being paid to train and then learn at the same time. Not all, but the ones like this, you get paid whilst you're being trained. So it's something that could be an option for you if you want to move to Germany. You can take this up because it will also give you some form of financial stability, because whilst you're being trained, you're also being paid. So that could be a very good option for you. So if this is something you're interested in, you can let us know and we will discuss this in detail with you. So I just wanted to go back to that, just to give a more specific solution to your question. Then Temitayo says, how much is the one-to-one consultation? Well, this depends on your needs, but we have, I think Ubong, we have a specific price for this, right?
Yeah, we do. But what I'd say is just the way we do our process. I mean, you just fill our assessment form and we give you a call. So you can use that as a one-on-one consultation. That is always free. And that is to help us know your need, know what you want to study, what you want to do, what you want us to help you do. And then we'll tell you, oh, this is what we have, this is our offers. And then you look through our offers, we do the explanation, you ask all your questions. And if it is okay for you, you decide to go with the offer. And then we start the process. So there's always a free one-on-one consultation.
Okay, so I think you can go on with the next Ubong.
Ibrahim, I think that was the person who raised his hand. He said, I'm a medical student. Am I allowed to school here? I only have Ukrainian temporal residence permit. I have seen schools who are making offers for students who studied in Ukraine. So for this kind of schools, if they offer you program, definitely you will have a place of study. If you can continue from where you stop, is what I don't know. Or we've not talked to the schools yet about this, so we cannot say what we don't know. So we only tell you this is what we know for now. So there's a high possibility of you getting a study program here in Germany for you to continue your studies or start your studies here in Germany.
Okay. Is there any other one? I think someone was raising the hand.
I think
Saw someone.
that was Ibrahim.
That
But
was Ibrahim. Okay.
but if the question is not answered, you can go ahead and raise your hand and ask. Just turn on your mic and ask if you want to.
All right. So there's Moreni Keji. Moreni Keji says, sorry, I joined the meeting late. Can I transfer to a German university? In my final year, the last system to be precise. I studied aerospace engineering. Well, unfortunately, I just got a message from our host that we have less than 5 minutes. So I want to ask, can we continue or because it seems there's one more question that came in.
That's a long question. We have 5 minutes, right? So we could round it up in 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Moreni Keji, you are currently in your final year. If you can transfer, just like I said from the onset, it depends on transferring from non-EU to EU university sometimes can be more tricky, just like when transferring from maybe an African university to Germany or any other part of the world, it could be a bit more tricky. So we need to know the university, what relationship they have generally with Germany first. And because there are some universities in Germany that have some relationships with other universities from other parts of the world, doesn't necessarily have to be in Ukraine. They have, the universities usually have certain kind of relationships with other universities. So if your university happens to fall among those ones, it means the transfer process too would be a lot easier. So it depends on some of these factors. What's your university, what's your course, what are your grades, and all of that. So if we get all of this information, we'll be able to answer your question a bit more precisely. But of course, generally there's a possibility of a transfer, but to which degree we don't know, because we need data to answer that question, precisely. So that's you said aerospace engineering, which university, your transcripts and all of that. These are also data that will help us answer the question a bit more precisely. So I hope that answers the question. You can always get in touch with us after this. We can take the conversation forward or see how we can be of support more specifically, after this session. Ubong, you can take the next one.
The next one is a long one, which we don't have enough time to go read through it. I think what he wants basically, obviously, Abubakar, yeah, I think that's the man. Basically wants to know if he can continue studying here, get a job, start a language, or so on and so forth. Yeah, it's the whole lot of things we've been saying. There are schools who are making offerings already for you to start a program here or to continue a program here. To what degree, we don't know, but there is a high possibility of you starting your programs here for the universities who are already giving this out to students, Ukrainian students or students who are studying in Ukraine. So there is this possibility of you starting a program here, which was even advised by the legal team. You take a program and your program will help you in securing a stay in Germany. So it's a step forward, your stay in Germany, since already you have 3 months program, 3 months 3 months stay at the moment. We don't know what will be the next step if the war will be over and you're asked to go back. But if you want to stay in Germany, the best way will be getting admission, getting started with the studies here in Germany. I actually dropped our assessment form again for you, Abubakar. So what you do is just fill the assessment form, and then we can talk to you one-on-one, and we know your specific needs, and then we can move from there. How we can help you. And I say, for those who want help with their university application, please fill our assessment form. If you don't want, you don't have to fill the form. If you just want to ask questions, there are our numbers are on the site, so you can write us a chat. Be available on WhatsApp as well, and you can call us. Of course, during working hours, you can chat us up to ask us questions. But our first point of contact is if you want us to help you with your university stuff, with your with internship, with accommodation, with applications, and yeah, with the services we offer. So you just fill our assessment form, and then we will call you in person to discuss further.
All right. Thank you very much, Ubong. There was someone, just in relation to the last thing you said, someone wanted to know about our consultation fee. That's one-on-one consultation. That's at around I think $350. But of course, because of this situation at the moment, we are considering that we can give discounts to our scholars because of this situation. It's a tough time for everyone. Is something that we would love to give discounts, on. So for you. So if you want to consult us one-on-one, please feel free to do so, and we can then discuss how we can give you a reasonable discount to help you on a one-on-one basis to move forward as soon as possible. So that's info on that. I didn't remember the exact price as at then, so now I came back to my mind and decided to share it with you. Yeah, so is there any other question that we've not addressed? Okay, I think there's no other one. So for now, we would like to say, first of all, thank you very much to NiSIG for this opportunity that you've given us to speak to our honorable scholars from Ukraine. Yeah, we hope that we get to meet again next Thursday. I understand it's going to be a weekly session. So, sorry, next Wednesday, because we will be alternating the day after today. The next one will be Wednesday, and it will stay Wednesday moving forward as from next week. So we would be looking forward to meeting you again next Thursday. But of course, before then, please feel free to get in touch with us. All our contacts are on our website. You can reach out to us through email, WhatsApp, or whichever medium is convenient for you. So thank you very much. I don't know if there's any last thing from you, Ubong, you would want to say.
I'll just say thank you for your time, and like my colleague said, feel free to reach out to us through email, through chats, through calls. We're here to offer help and services to you as much as you want. I personally have been answering tons of questions from some of you. I don't know if it is here or not. So we are ready and we are eager to help.
All right. Amaka, Tosi, do you have anything you want to say before we close?
Not from my side. Thanks for your time. Else here.
All right.
Thank you, Solomon. Thank you, Ubong.
Thank you, NiSIG, for giving us this platform. We're glad we could do this video.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, everyone that attended this, and we believe this period will pass, and we believe we'll all conquer and get through it together. Stay strong, and we're there with you and for you. Thank you, and have a great evening.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.